Yo guys, and welcome back to RodReacts Court. Today I'm here with, I've been seeing the clips, you know, I had to do a little bit of research and that and see, I see you got hops, don't worry, you'll share that with me soon.
little bit.
Yeah, so today I'm here with Charles, who I actually got to meet recently through a friend's birthday, and we sort of connected through there and just started speaking. So, you know, I'll let you take it away from here.
Yeah, my name is Charles. Born in Essex. I'm an Essex boy, I guess. Currently in London right now, West London. Based here because I'm playing for. I was playing for Thames Valley Cavaliers last season. So yeah, like 23, 96 baby, 90s baby. Yeah, I've been playing basketball for say about 8 years now. 8 years, yeah. So I started late, to be honest. I used to play football as a younger, and then I used to play for football teams. And it's funny, like I only started playing basketball because one season I left my football team, and basically I left them to join a new team, but that team ended up folding. And I was basically stuck without a team, and I'd always like kind of played like basketball like as like just for fun, like at school and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I thought like I was like okay, like for someone that doesn't play. But then I was like, and I've always liked the culture around basketball as well. Like I used to love the N1 mixtapes. My brother got me I think it was a Midnight Madness DVD, like a CD, and I watched it as well. I liked the films and stuff, and like just the music around it and all the celebs and stuff. So yeah, that kind of drew me to it, and I just started playing from there.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, it's interesting because quite a few people actually started playing late. But it's funny because a lot of them, when they actually start playing, they'll say, yeah, for someone who don't really play, not too bad. And then from there, it just gradually builds, and then you just end up.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a thing in this country because, you know, it's a football country. So everyone, you just start playing football. And yeah, so that's what I was doing. And then, yeah, I joined a team at 16. So I started playing at like around 15, joined a team at 16. I did it a bit different. I went straight to a men's local league team.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it a bit different. So I had like I didn't really have like a proper team in my area. So there was like a team called Wickford Knights in my area that we trained like once a week. Oh no, we trained once a week properly, and they had kind of other sessions like in other places around my area, just to like learn about basketball. The coach was called Dominic NG. I don't know how to say his second name, but yeah, that was like my first coach, and like he's in the England setup and stuff. Like I think he used to coach like the under 14s girls or something, and some of the boys teams as well. So I was lucky to have him nearby to kind of teach me how to play, because like going into a local league team, like a men's team, they're not playing like the highest level of basketball. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just playing for fun. Yeah. So my thinking was, when I started, I knew I wanted to. I fell in love with it straight away. So I knew I wanted to play for a long time. So my thinking was, I'm gonna train and learn how to play with the younger team, but then I'm gonna kind of play with the older guys just to see where I'm at, like skill wise and stuff, and kind of not like skip the process or anything, but just I kind of had to fast track it a little bit, like do my work out, like do my skill work outside of like the team play, and yeah, I just wanted to play against the older guys just to measure up, see where I was measured up, and yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started off playing for like an actual team at 16, a local league team.
Yeah. So you say that you was doing stuff outside and such. Was that on your own accord, or was you helped transfers of improving your skill and everything? So how did that kind of come about?
That was pretty much me and YouTube, to be honest. Like, there's everything's on YouTube. Like, people talk about, they need trainers and stuff. Okay, it's nice, but like, really, everything's on the internet now. You got all the trainers there. Like, players share a lot of information. Like, you got it's like even better now. Like how you have different people really breaking down skills into micro skills, and like. It's on Instagram as well. So if you follow the right people on Instagram, you got all the information you need. So like the skill part was fine. For me, the main thing was just learning how to play like on the team and stuff. And that's where I got lucky and had a coach nearby that showed me how to play basketball basically. Yeah.
That is lucky too, because even when I started really late as well, I started at 19. So but I was lucky enough to also have a coach who he actually played in the London Lions. So it was like I got to learn how to play in the team. And most of us in that time, we wasn't really basketball players per se. There's only one guy who he's been playing since he was like, so he was kind of like also helping as well.
Okay.
So just in terms of everything, I know you have said how sort of you're playing for and such. So how, in terms of that journey to get to where you are now, how did that also come about?
So yeah, I joined the team when I was 16, local league. At that time I was in sixth form.
Yeah.
I was just starting sixth form. So and I spent 3 years at sixth form. So I basically played local league for 3 years, 3 seasons, and then I went to university. So yeah, that time I was just working on the game by myself, playing the matches just for like game experience, talking to my coach. She's helping me like teach me how to play. And then I go to university. I end up going to Brunel University. And I got lucky because they've got like a national league team. I think at the time, the team's not there anymore, but at the time they had the Brunel Ducks.
Okay.
So yeah, I worked hard, went to the trials, first day of trials, and I was able to get into the first team straight away, which was like pretty cool. And then so I was able to play against players that I've been playing for a while. And also the coach of the Brunel team, Pete Deppish, maybe you know him. He was like a player that used to play in the BBL. He's played in Europe, like one of the best shooters I've ever seen, like hands down, like in real life. He coached the Brunel Ducks as well, so he was like, come to the Brunel Ducks and then just play for just extra basketball. And I was like, yeah, I want to play. Of course, it's easy. It's like they played out the university as well, and I was living on campus. So yeah, they were a National League Division 3 team at the time. So it's not the highest level, but like it's still a good level, especially coming from local league. That was the highest level I played at the time. So and then as well playing on the uni team. Part of the reason of me coming to Brunel was or going to Brunel was that the uni team played in the Southern Premier, which is the highest Bucks league in the South. So I knew that coming in. So I knew if I can make this team, then I'll be playing a good standard, and it will just help my development. I'll be around good players. I'll be able to see the players up close, play the good players up close, and yeah, that was a big thing because it was a big thing for me personally because you play different unis. Like one of the unis we played was UEL, University of East London.
Yeah.
And their uni team at the time, and to be honest, still there's just stacked with like BBL players. Like, honestly, it's like imagine me, this like skinny 19-year-old kid going up against all these BBL players, and I'm just like, raw. It was a learning experience. So that was like, it was something I kind of planned, in the sense that, yeah, I want to, like, I know if I do the work, I'll be able to experience these things and it will help me going in the future. So I kind of planned to be there. But yeah, being like in those situations with Senkos, and yeah, just I learned a lot of stuff that stayed with me. So yeah, I spent 3 years at Brunei. First year I played with the Ducks. I think second year I played with the Brunei Ducks national league team. I think I played 2 years. And in my third year, they changed the coaching at Brunei. So they Reading Rockets, the national league Div 1 team, they basically came in and tried to implement some kind of program to where their academy guys could come into the uni and play on the uni team, and then like it's like a pathway they tried to create, and then they could go from the uni team to maybe the national league team, or play on the uni and national league team at the same time. And so they basically came in and tried to make like Brunei like a little hub, because they're not too far. They're like about a 30-40 minute drive. So that happened in my last year, and I was able to play under Manuel Pena, who is I got lucky with coaches, because he's like another coach. Right now he doesn't coach at Reading right now. He left I think a couple seasons ago to go coach. He's actually coaching on a ACB team. He's like an assistant coach. I think their team is called like Gonzalez or something like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They got like a red logo and stuff. Yeah, he's a coach in that team. So like he was a serious coach. The Reading program is like a serious program. So like when in that final year, I was able to like play under him at uni, and I was also played. I was also playing for the Reading National League team. So they had a Div 1 team and a Div 4 team. So I mainly played on the Div 4 team, but I also got to play some of the Div 1 games as well. And I was able to, I played a little bit of Div 1, and I trained with the Div 1 team. I learned a lot. Then I was able to learn from Alan Keane as well, another great coach in England. I think he coached the England Commonwealth team in the Commonwealth Games, and he was an assistant coach on the GB team. So it was good because they kind of showed me what a player should be, and then it was kind of on me to go and like just continue my learning and continue my skill and like mold myself into that. So that was my final year at university. I played a bit of Div 1 and mainly Div 4. And after that, I knew after university that after my 3 years of university, I wanted to play pro basketball. I knew from early. Right from when I started playing basketball at like 16, 15, I knew, I wanted to play pro. Like, I felt like I had the physical tools to do it. I just had to map out like a plan. And I had to map out a plan and just do it basically. So I finished uni, and I was able to play like some high level basketball, and I played under good coaches. And then through someone. So basically, after university, I made my mixtape. I had my university highlights and my national league highlights. I put it out on Facebook. My coaches at Reading shared it. Through one of the coaches at Reading who shared it, they had an agent that they were friends with on Facebook. So I was able to get into contact with him. Connected with him. He liked my mixtape, and then started to market me to teams. He was Spanish, and then I was able to get signed through that to a Spanish EBA team. So EBA is like the fourth tier of Spanish basketball. So you have the ACB, I think it's Leb Gold, Leb Silver, basically. I'm using the English way of saying it.
Yeah.
And then you have the EBA. So I was able to get signed to a team now. And then, ended up staying. So I went to Spain. That was my first pro contract. Ended up staying there for half a season. And then there was like it was a good situation. It was a good experience going out there. But like this situation wasn't really working there, and I ended up coming back and joining Thames Valley Cavaliers midway through the season, who were at that time a Div 1 team. So when I started playing for the Ducks at Brunel in Div 3, Thames Valley were a Div 3 team as well. But in the time as the years went by, they got promoted. They basically worked their way up to Div 1. So by the time I came back from Spain, they were a Div 1 team, and I basically joined them. My old university coach, Pete Depish, he just happened to be like the assistant coach of the Thames Valley Cavaliers at the time. So through that connection, he was like, "Oh, so you're coming back?" Like, he knows me as a player. He knows what I can do. So I was like, "Oh yeah, just come sign with us for the rest of the season. We could use you on the team." So basically I did that. Finished the season out with them. And then the following summer, I was basically looking around for like what I could find, like situation wise. And then the coaches at Thames Valley Cavaliers were like, "Hey, like, we liked what you did last year. Come back to the team, blah blah blah. This is what we can offer, blah blah blah." And it was a good situation. It was like it's a London team. Like, I'm around my people, so. And as well, it's like it's not too far, like geographically from where I was staying at, like anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it made sense. So I re-signed to the team, and then we played and that was the season just gone, and we played. And obviously, you know what happened with Corona, I just locked off the whole season. But yeah, that's the story up until now, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I like hearing how people have gone about it, just because there's other kids out there who, maybe they finally touched the sport of basketball and they're like, okay, I really want to take this further. So it's sort of good just to see different routes and how it is possible. Some may think, okay, I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe I just can get lucky, or I'm not sure. But kind of hearing that story as well. Some kids can actually see, okay, what way they can go through to get there. What about also the work you put into as well? Like you're saying, you spend a lot of work within by yourself to build a good foundation and put it into the team to get good experience.
Mm-hmm.
So how has it been playing for Thames Valley Cavaliers?
Oh, it's fun. It's been fun because it's like we're playing. It's a high level basketball, and there's a lot of talent on this team, especially this year. So and as well, it was like I don't compare it to I compare it to Spain, because it's like everyone's here to play basketball kind of thing. So and it's like a high level. So in Spain, it was cool because I'm there, I'm in a different country, new experience, blah blah blah. I'm just playing basketball. But like everyone's Spanish, and like no one speaks English. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't really deep into out there that raw. Everyone's actually Spanish. Like everyone's different. You're different to everyone there. So it's kind of it's a lot to get used to, and as well being away from home and stuff. Like I'm not a person that's like that has trouble with being away from home, but it was a bit different though. But yeah, being here, like there's people that I know through playing basketball over the years that are on the team and just in the area. My university that I went to is not too far, so there's more people I know. And I'm in London. It's like one of the best cities you could say in the world. You could argue it's just a fun place, and it's just a good situation. We're playing good basketball, we're winning. I think in the first season I was there, we finished 3rd or 4th that season, and then this season we finished 2nd. And like a lot of people say, we had the most talent in the league. Like we had the most talented team. We couldn't really put it together, but yeah, when you're playing with other good players and like we're in a flat together and like we're like everyone gets along, you're having fun, you get to go out with your people, I can't complain. So yeah,
well, being a little UK Warriors team here,
yeah. It's fun. It's like so fun.
Before we dive into your thoughts and culture and also about culture basketball in the UK, just quick small little questions. I want to say, so when was the first time you realized, you know what, I got hops, I can dunk, I can. What was the first time you dunked? Like, what was the process? Did you train for it? Did you train working at vertical, or it was there?
No, you know, like I don't know. Me, I ride my bike everywhere. I used to ride my bike everywhere as a kid, so I felt like I always had like strong legs, if that makes sense. It's like a weird thing to say, but I had strong legs. Like growing up, I remember we'll be in PE and people will be like, "Oh, Charles, your calves are kind of big." Like, do you know what I mean? It's a weird thing to say, but I just remember that. And yeah, I just remember like in my secondary school, we used to have like the main hoops, and we had some side hoops that were kind of a bit shorter.
Yeah.
And I could dunk in them like other people, people could dunk on them, but I was dunking on them like viciously, like hard. So I knew like I had a bit more, I could get up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I think I dunked in like year 10 or year 11. Yeah, year 10. And then I knew I was a bit ahead because like most of the older guys weren't dunking either. So that's when I knew, I guess I had hopes.
Okay, yeah. Because you know what, throughout uni, I remember because I really started late, so I didn't really work on, I didn't do much of that. So, it's just sort of, okay, yeah, playing football or whatever and such. So, when I was just, obviously, I was like, okay, let me try, let me give it a go. And then I realized like I knew, obviously it's different when you're jumping without the ball and with the ball. Without the ball, you feel like, yeah, you kind of, when you're with the ball, you kind of forget, and then you just do the footwork and, get your hand. Because I was able to always jump and get like my wrist above the rim. So I'm like, okay, yeah, but I never got the technique down. And then it was when I played in an after work league just with a team where, okay, I thought, yeah, I was actually kept on going. And it happened. But it was like, it was the way you came, the way you come down is so important, because I came down so awkward, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me. I got my routine, because I never, like, I always could, but I never really got that right finish in it. So
yeah, technique's a big thing, because like when I first started dunking, I can only dunk with 2 hands.
Okay.
So like. And it's supposed to be harder to dunk with 2 hands. It's because my technique wasn't there with my right hand, so I'd always back rim it. So it was like, maybe I could have started dunking earlier if I had the technique. So yeah, technique's definitely a big thing.
Look, check it, and I don't need motivation. Me, I had that when I was stuck up in the station.